Well, thank you for joining me today. Today is our yin yoga session, and I'm going to be focusing this yoga session, this yin, on our full moon in Sagittarius. So let's just start by closing our eyes, crossing our legs. I like to have my right leg on top of my left calf, but you can have your right foot on the floor or the left, vice versa. And we're just going to start by closing our eyes, and I invite you to take your left hand and your left two first fingers, your peace fingers, and place them on the space between your forehead, closing the eyes. And I invite you to close your right nostril with your ring finger and take a breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right, exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left for 4. Exhale right. Breathing in through the left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. One more time like this. So breathing in, feel the breath travel up the spine all the way to the top of the head, perhaps where your fingers are. Exhaling out through the right side. Now let's bring the breath in through the right for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, sit up nice and tall for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then just bring both your hands down to your thighs, drop the chin down, taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose. Really feel the ribs opening. Just taking 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, we're just going to open our eyes, stretch the arms above our head, bring the hands up to a prayer, pressing the palms together, and then just bring them down to your heart. Drop the chin down. As you're breathing in, just connecting to the element of fire today. Our full moon is in Sagittarius, which is linked to fire, and we're in the season of Gemini, which is linked to the element of air, which connects to our heart chakra, anahata. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the king of the gods, which is to connect us to bringing in enthusiasm, adventure, inspiration, passion, and a real sense of purpose and freedom. This moon's really here to help us illuminate the way forwards on our path. So starting with the connection of fire, And our glutes are linked, so our glutes are linked to that element. We're going to start with that element. So I invite you to bring your right leg forwards and bring your right knee in line with your shin. And you might need to slide a pillow underneath your right knee. And bring your left knee and ankle in line with the edge of your mat. So this is deer pose. So we're just going to fold forward, and I'm going to move my body forwards. And you're looking for a stretch in your front thigh and bum cheek. So just taking some nice deep breaths in here, and you want to drop the chin down. And we're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So dropping the chin down and just start to breathe in and start to melt. If you can't feel a sensation, sometimes it's good to move over towards the foot so you feel the sensation there. So with this moon, she's here to help us see things clearly and bring us a new perspective on life. And she's here to also illuminate what makes us feel stuck and what maybe sort of makes us feel tied down, like we can't be free. So when we have any unresolved issues around control or authority or discipline, this moon's here to highlight where we give our power away. So for me, growing up, food was something that used to really control me, how I eat and how I would be with food. So to give you an example, I've been away for the last couple of weeks in Spain, and the old me would have been controlled by how much I've eaten, how much I've trained, how much I've moved. I wouldn't do certain activities or go certain places and eat because I didn't want to eat the food that was there because I couldn't control what was there. And it would really not ruin, but it would really confine me on my trips. And I'm reading a book at the moment on emotionally eating with freedom. And to be able to go with the flow and do what I like, this has been one of the best experiences of my life. And yeah, I've got the old niggles that are creeping in going, what have you eaten? And what if you've put on loads of weight? And all these old stories creeping up. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I've had such a good time. I've just really enjoyed myself and I felt totally free doing it. So where perhaps do you feel a bit restricted or confined, and perhaps does it keep you bound down? See if you can go a bit deeper into the stretch as well. Perhaps you feel controlled at work, or you feel controlled in the job that you're at, or where do you feel a bit stuck? So very slowly, we're just going to come up and do exactly the same on the other side. So bring the left leg forwards, left knee in line with ankle, right knee in line with edge of the mat and the ankle, and then just folding forwards. So dropping the chin down. And this moon is about us leaning into things that really scare us. Things that we can be frightened to perhaps try. But Sagittarius is here to really let us know where we dim our light. Really here to show us what is and isn't working in our life, and where are we forcing or pretending. Perhaps we're in some relationships that we're forcing or pretending are making us happy. Perhaps we're in a job. We're like, you know what, a couple more years and you know what, then I'll make a change. Where are we forcing and where are we pretending that everything's fine? Because when we lean into these fears that we may not want to face, this moon's an opportunity for us to make space, a chance to look at old patterns where we keep repeating and staying stuck. Perhaps destructive cycles or ways of thinking, and instead you can finally set yourself free. So we've got 1 more minute here, so you can go a bit deeper. Because this moon is here to show you that you can achieve anything, but only if you get clear and honest and see the truth and focus on what makes you feel alive and feel joyful and feel good. Letting go of what we cannot control or change, and instead let go and trust in the bigger picture. Taking 1 more breath here. Slowly coming up. So we're going to come onto our tummies into Sphinx. So Gemini, like I said, is about connecting to heart. So you want your elbows in line with your shoulders. You want your palms on the floor. That shoulder width, relax the lower body and pull the heart through like a cobra, and then slightly drop your chin down. So you're pulling the heart through. And we're here for about 3 minutes. So you're just activating to release the lower back here. So you should feel that in the lower back, relax the hips. So Gemini is that connection to the heart and is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is all about communication. So perhaps if you're finding that you're not where you want to be right now, don't panic. With the combination of Sagittarius and Gemini, which is about freedom seeking, it's here to prompt you to be fearless and look towards a brighter future. When we bring that fiery energy from Sagittarius in, it's an opportunity for you to be really brave and push your ideas and dreams to the absolute maximum of a fiery energy of, I can do anything. Because Sagittarius just loves to keep one eye on the future and loves the challenge, as does Gemini. So I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe some fiery Sagittarius life back into your dreams. Take a breath in. Exhale. If you want to, you can come up to seal pose, or you can stay down in Sphinx. Seal pose, we just take the arms. So we roll the shoulders back and down, pull the heart through, and just breathing in. And as you're breathing in, I want you to imagine a yellow light coming from your belly, connecting all the way to your heart. As you exhale, stick your tongue out your mouth like a lion and just breathing out with a big So breathe that light in from your belly and connect it to your heart. Tongue out your mouth, breathing out like a lion. One more time, deep breath in. Lion's breath out. And just come down for a moment. Place your forehead on your hands, just taking some deep breaths in and out. And as you're breathing, just relaxing the shoulders. Breathing into the back of your heart, being open to receive guidance, trusting in the guidance from the universe. And if you're ready to make a change and have that confidence come into your life, I want you to say yes out loud or even in your mind's eye to accomplish all that you want to be and who you want to be here. Saying yes to the urge of your heart and your soul to find your inner wildness and embrace your adventurous, free spirit. Take one more breath in. Breathe into the back of the heart. Exhaling, coming back up. So staying with that energy of the fire. Going to lay on our backs. I'd like you to cross your right leg over your left. Shift your hips over to the right slightly. And you're going to drop your right knee over to the left side and open your right arm out to the side. So you've got twisted roots. If you want to go deeper, you can bend your back leg and split the legs here into cat-tail. So if you're in twisted roots, the right leg's going to go over to the side, you've crossed it, and you just open out to the side and you're melting the shoulder down. If you want cat-tail, you need to then roll, grab your foot. So I've got my right hand, grabbing back leg, and I'm splitting the legs into cat-tail here, and you've got a twist here. So this is a deeper activation. So if you're looking for more fire energy to activate, you're going to be in cat-tail, and you can kick your right leg forwards. So I'm holding my left foot. If that's too much, stay in twisted roots. Head can be up to the sky or turning it back, and you get a nice twist across the stomach here. So just taking some nice deep breaths in. And as you're exhaling, melt the back shoulder down, and you're trying to twist towards the back a little bit more. So this is a deep activation here. So we're going to be here for another 2 minutes. So get as comfy as you can. And also remember, yin is about finding a bit of discomfort and then surrendering to that stillness. So as you're breathing in, just trying to surrender. So this moon as well is about getting clear on where you've got some unfinished business as well. Because a lot of the times we are unable to sort of move forward on our journey because we've got things that need to be wrapped up that are looming over our heads. And they take up space. So just thinking for a moment, where perhaps does your mind end up going to, subconsciously or even consciously, on things that need to be tied up? Where could you take some action to tie up some loose ends? Perhaps you've got some unfinished courses that maybe you started and you wanted to do them to take a step forward on your path. Perhaps they're just courses that you signed up for your personal development and they've been left unfinished. And I've got a course that I'm still wrapping up from 2020, and it doesn't matter, but I do need to get it done before the end of the year because it's been a big part of my journey. So where do you have some unfinished business? Perhaps it's stuff from a past relationship. Perhaps you've got some stuff in your home that needs to be removed. So we're going to take 2 more big breaths here. Really breathe into the belly and heart. And as you exhale, if you've got the foot, let it go. We're just coming back onto your back. So crossing the left leg over the right. Drop the knees over to the right side. Open the left arm out. So you can stay in twisted roots, or you can take your left arm, grab your right foot, split the legs, and then come into cat-tail. So you've got like a gentle arch on the back, just to breathe. So really, really inflating here. And the more you split the legs, the better if you're doing that, or if you want to stay in twisted roots, that's absolutely fine. So remembering this is more of an activator if you're in cat-tail. And with the action of because what we're doing is we're activating our solar plexus right now, and we're connecting the solar plexus to our heart. So we're connecting fire to heart and heart to fire. And when our heart represents our air element. So we're giving the fire an opportunity to feed on the air, because fire burns with air. And perhaps we've had our confidence knocked in the past if you've wanted to take action on something. Perhaps you've tried something in the past. So, for example, I set up my own business back in 2015. I had a vegan protein business, and it did okay. It did really well to start, and then it sort of unraveled and kind of fell apart. And it did knock my confidence, because I'd started that little business and work went into it, and then I lost trust because me and my business partner, we disconnected, and I lost that trust in people, and I'd given it my all, and I'd put in so much work to years of recipes, and I gave it all away, and I felt like I'd almost been robbed. But actually now when I look back on it, I was like, you actually had the confidence to create something and give something a go. So now when I get tested and challenged with the business that I'm doing now, with the online and all this, it's been a journey. But the fact that I've started something before and given it a go has given me that confidence to go, you know what, you don't get it right first time. And what have I learned from my last business experiment? If you're going to do it, get proper contracts, and if you're going to invite people into things, if there's going to be finances involved and things like that, have things done professionally. And as much as I want to, oh, it's my friend and I wanted to work with her like that, but I learned a lot of lessons. So where could you maybe reflect and see where you might have lost a bit of confidence, and actually look at it with a different kind of spin? It might even be like confidence in relationships, and like one of my friends was like, no, I just need to stay single. I can't trust anyone. But actually, what have you learned from those past relationships, and where could you reflect on what maybe needs to shift inside of you so that you are maybe more prepared next time? So if something happens, we're not as attached if we want to walk away, or we have more confidence to leave something if it's not serving us. So let's just take one more deep breath in here. And slowly, slowly, coming onto your back. Bring your feet hip width apart, fingertips to your heels. And just push your hips up to the sky. Take a breath in, push the hips up and bring your arms up over your head. And exhale, coming down. So let's harness the power of the hips, pushing up to sky, sacral chakra, where we have our creative ideas to allow us to bring freedom. So I want you to really, really hold the hips up now. Hold the arms behind your head. Take a breath in, breathe into your hips. And then slowly lowering down. Bring the hands down and just rock the knees side to side. Okay. So we're going to come up, rock the knees up. We're going to come into saddle, so we're going to reconnect to that heart again. Now you might want to put pillows. The idea is to have your big toes together and sit on your heels. So you might need to put pillows underneath your bum and then just moving back. This might be enough, so you might just want some pillows and just lean back. So we're looking for a stretch in the thighs. If you like, you can put pillows underneath your bottom. You might come back all the way down. Some of you will come all the way onto your back. Some of you will have your arms all the way down over your head. And just breathe. But if you're upright, that's absolutely fine. This might be more than enough for some of you. So we're just trying to push the heart through here. And we're going to be here for about 4 minutes. So just take nice deep breaths in at your belly and just try and surrender. And when I first started doing this pose, I used to hate it, and now I'm just like, I love it. But it took consistency and dedication and just patience. So staying with this pose for the next about 3.5 minutes now. So breathing into it, and the more you come back to the breath and connect to the breath, the more you're going to be able to sit with yourself. It's a lot of discomfort. And while I've been away, I've had the pleasure of meeting a really cool girl, and she's really inspired me. And she's just so brave, she's so fearless. Like, she's come out to Ibiza, there's some stuff going on at home, and she's like, I just need to take space and time. And being out here, you kind of need a car, and I was a little bit scared to drive. And she's just hired a car, and she's like, oh my God, I've never driven out here. And she's just got on with it. But she's so fierce. She's so like, but in a feminine way, like she just gets on with it. And then we was chatting, and yesterday she mentioned she'd done a Vipassana. Like, that's an 11-day silent meditation of sitting on the floor on a concrete block for like 11 hours a day, just no music, not allowed to talk. And I was just like, damn, I've been meditating 20 minutes a day in silence, thinking this is challenging. By the way, you've got 2 more minutes to go. And I just looked at this woman, and I was like, she's amazing. I was like, if we can sit with ourselves in that discomfort and have that space and that growth, and yeah, 11 hours a day is a lot. But can you imagine the transformation? But if we just do small bits each day as well, that is enough to start leading us up to making those changes. So in this full moon, I would recommend, and we're going to do some stuff in the second part of the workshop, but like, what confines us and binds us and makes us feel controlled and unable to speak our truth in relationships and where we're at and what we're doing, we need to sit with it. We need to sit with the heart. We need to be present with ourselves and say, is this working for me? Does this make me feel good? Does it make me feel like I want to continue with this? Or do I need to make a change? Because Gemini is about making change. So if you felt a bit claustrophobic or a bit stuck and a bit tied down under this moon, you know why. It's time. It's time to tie up loose ends. It's time to release all that binds us. And it's time for you to declare what you really want inside and out. So last breath here. And if you're all the way back, just take in your time to come up. Take your time. And I just invite you to bring your legs out straight. And just fold forwards into a caterpillar just for a couple of breaths, just to ground us. And then when you're ready, just coming down, coming into a seated position, sorry. So I'm going to record this in two parts. So the first part was your yin for the moon. So I'm just going to close the practice just with one deep breath in and an om. So inhale. Namaste. I'll see you for the second part for some meditation and journaling. And if you're going, happy full moon. Love and blessings. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.